Shut up! You Oh my goodness! Oh, come on! No, shut up! I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Jimmy and Nikki, I know Nikki's somewhere in the house. Congratulations. You guys have received your baby. Skylar and I obviously got to be there, and we just wanted to debrief and kind of go over some high points together. I just want to kick us off by saying thanks to Rivian and especially Tony for helping make this possible, because this was just super meaningful and special for us to be there and surprise Jimmy and Nikki and get to see them after a lot of time waiting. But man, it was just a real, we're really grateful. It was a real blessing to be there, especially in the way that we could have. So thanks to Rivian. Thanks to you guys for being good sports and letting us intrude for a whole day and evening.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Wouldn't have traded it for the world. It was.
We'll show some of the surprise coming up here. We'll just let it play. Maybe towards the end we'll give like a little bit of reaction too. But Skylar, when we found out, I'm going to kick it over to you, and we're like, okay, well, we're not just going to show up. We're going to go ahead and kind of get together some sort of game plan. So you go ahead and tell the game plan so that they'll understand what's going on when they see Joe.
Yeah, well, so there was multiple stages of this surprise, and there was a couple of parts to that. So number one, we wanted to be able to capture all of it, hopefully without Jimmy and Nikki, fully realizing what was going on. And the stages of the surprise were, number one, Matt from Orlando coming in a second R1T. And then Jimmy and Nikki's guide, Sarah, was, stage 2 of the surprise. And then, Kyle and I were there as well. And as this was all kind of a whirlwind. So we found out late the week before that, that we were going to have the opportunity to go there for the surprise. So I was trying to think about how we could make this happen, how we could play it out. And I ordered a $15 disguise from Amazon
En route to Jimmy's.
and, kind of hatched this plan that, with a fake beard and a wig and a mask and sunglasses, that I might be able to pull off being, an anonymous Rivian delivery guy that could also film this whole, all the stages of the surprise. So, yeah, so I was Joe, the delivery guy, and
yeah, you were.
Matter of fact,
Joe just decided his name when he was asked, "Who are you?" Right?
Yes, and that was actually the best and the scariest part of this whole thing. I was like, I think I can pull it off as long as I don't have to talk. And sure enough, I was over there filming, and Jimmy was wondering who this weird dude was. So he came over to introduce himself, and he was like, "Hi, I'm Jimmy."
Let me introduce myself.
Joe.
And he made me say it again.
Who?
Joe.
Joe? Jimmy, nice to meet you.
So, but yeah, that was just totally off the cuff. And it was the quickest, shortest name that I could think of that required me saying the least.
And that's hilarious. So we have actually, I did see a snippet that Jimmy sent too, where I don't know who was recording, but Jimmy basically made some sort of statement like, yeah, I don't know who this guy is behind me.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see who's behind me right now. This person behind us hasn't introduced himself. I'm curious.
Yeah, the beauty of it was he didn't know who that weird guy was behind him. He didn't know that it was me, which is a success in my book.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
are with Sarah and Skylar on the way to meet the delivery crew, Jacksonville, Florida.
Couldn't be happier that we get to help surprise Jimmy.
But then as far as the first surprise, do we want Sarah to get out alone or me and Sarah together?
I think it ought to be multi-stage.
Yeah.
I think Sarah gets out first, and you kind of try to lay low.
Yeah, I'll literally lay in the seats.
Yeah. You got the sweet Kentucky waterfall in the back. Florida waterfall, maybe.
This is Skylar's kind of place. He picked it.
Not true.
Not true. Actually, Sarah picked it over there. It's her. Yep, she's getting a selfie in front of. Oh my gosh. That is ridiculous.
Joe.
Who?
Joe.
Joe? Jimmy, nice to meet you.
Sarah and I are crouching down low. The child lock was on, so Sarah had to climb to the front seat.
Shut up! You're such a dog!
That's so cool. Wait.
Oh, you're such a dog! Oh my goodness! Oh, come on! Oh, shut up!
I might have a heart attack.
Shut up, Joe! Dude! He walked right up to me. Bye-bye, Joe!
We gave you one clue and you didn't catch it. We gave you one clue.
And just see if there's Tony gonna hop out it. Dude, this is almost too comical. So what I sent you guys are flags that I had flown.
No way.
Yeah, flags that I had flown while I was in Virginia.
We'll just give them to
I didn't, yeah, if you had told me. Oh, very cool. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Order a ding?
And it was just like one surprise after the other. I don't even, like we were talking about in our previous meeting, like we were already at a 10, and then every time a new person popped out, we were at a 15. I mean, it was so good, you know. And everybody from Matt on down did a great job of, or Matt on up, depending on how you look at it, did a great job of selling that bag of goods. You know, and so seeing him was great. Our guide, Sarah, had told us that she had to step away for a doctor's appointment, and she was going to be busy for the rest of the afternoon. And if we needed, you know, if we needed to ask her a question, shoot her a text and hopefully she can answer it at when she can. And then she pops out of Matt's truck, and we're just like, oh my goodness. And Nikki's reaction was probably, I'm gonna start crying. Hold on.
Nikki's bunny
Nikki's
hop.
reaction was great. Say what?
Nikki's bunny hops.
Oh yeah, that was so great. That was so great. We love Sarah. She's been an awesome guide. Wouldn't trade her for anything. And then just as we start coming down from that high, and we're laughing again, and I'm chatting with Matt and Sarah and Nikki, while poor Aaron, the field specialist, is doing all the unloading and doing all the work. You pop out. It's like, what is next? And that's when I finally realized that freaking Joe.
Freaking Joe.
Once I saw you and you attacked me, I knew right away that Joe was not Joe.
You did not.
Did I not turn around?
We'll have,
No.
we'll
I
have
mean,
to
I
see.
feel like I did.
We'll have to see what the footage
we'll let the
says.
video decide. We'll let the video decide.
Oh my goodness. Oh, come on. No, shut up. I might have a heart attack.
It was so good. So good. The delivery was cool. The surprise. The truck was an afterthought at that point. We thoroughly enjoyed getting to hang out with you guys over the truck delivery. I mean, having the truck is great. I will take nothing away from finally owning it. But hands down, the experience with you guys and Sarah and Matt and Aaron was.
Oh yeah. Well, that's life lesson there, for all of us to always remember. It's the people and the experiences, not the things in life.
100%. It was so good, wouldn't trade it.
As we're in dinner, we had a dinner and we're hanging out after, and then I had sent Tony a thank you text that evening that basically said, I know there's other car companies that give great deliveries, but surely this has to be towards the top of any company with doing a delivery in terms of, I'm sure there's been fancier deliveries that with more fanfare, but as far as the meaningfulness of this one, it's got to be on the top. And we've heard that from people going to do Rivian events, that it's not over the top with rock stars. It's just genuine and a great time. And this was awesome. Way to go, Rivian. Yeah.
Besides the American flag, which was awesome, the Chili Witch placemats, there was a great card signed by, God bless, man, over 100, if not more, members of the CEC. Thank you. It was great. The whole Ocean's 11 style surprise. I mean, it came together so great. It was amazing.
Yep. Well, any other closing remarks that you guys can think of?
Just again, thank you guys for coming out. Thanks, Rivian, for making that happen. Tony, Sarah, anybody else at Rivian that was involved. The CEC for signing that card. Sarah for the flag, the Chili Witch mats, and the untold times how many you tried folding that flag correctly. You did a great job. And we are very appreciative of everybody, and we love you guys very much. Yeah, it was a good time.
So I was just gonna walk up, but man, I think I was so freaking excited. That was pure emotion, Jimmy, and then sprinting at him,
And jumping into his waiting arms.
Yep. I'm like, oh man, that was awesome.
When we were meeting the rollback truck that had Jimmy's truck on it, we met at a little bar that was close to Jimmy's house, and it turns out that it is a little tiny, straight up biker bar. And it was hilarious. Number one, people were wondering what we were doing there. before the rollback truck showed up. But then after the truck showed up, we had the opportunity to talk to some of the patrons there at the bar and about the fact that it was the first EV truck, and we talked to them all about it, and honestly they were very impressed. We had a great time educating and talking to the bar patron.
It was hilarious. Honestly, Rivian, as far as the design, the one guy couldn't get over, like, well, these engineers, these designers, I tell you what, now I can't even repeat it on the show, too many expletives. But he was impressed. But the girl summed it up perfectly. She said, it looks so good that I can't even make fun of it for being electric. That's what she said. It looks so good, I can't even make fun of it for being electric. It looks like a real truck, is what she said. So, high praise to Rivian designers there. But then Skylar and I got to go into all the engineering of it, and we became full-time salesmen. And I think we did a pretty good job. We might have sold a few. And that chick, I won't put this on the show, but she was like, "Why are you meeting here with that thing?" She's like, "You realize?"
Yes. Well,
You're in
Kyle,
the hood.
you should put that in.
Yeah.